Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So my name is Muhammad Adil Afiq Muhammad Kamil. My matrix is 170857744/2. So today I would like to present about my individual reflection for the subject IIF 12002 Theory and Application of Takaful in Malaysia by Prof. Madar Dr. Semak. So basically, for my individual reflection, got 4 questions. So the first question is, what makes conventional insurance haram? Second one is whether the takaful has complied with the actual Sharia. The third question is how the acceptance of Muslim community against takaful. And the last one is what steps can be taken to encourage the Muslim community to take takaful. So we go to the first one is what makes conventional insurance haram. So basically, conventional insurance illegal because it is a Sharia non-compliant transaction. It has elements that are contrary to the core principle of Islam. So the elements that have in the conventional insurance is the first one is riba. So riba is access or addiction in something. So the first aspect that renders conventional insurance prohibited is the fact that conventional insurance entails interest-based dealing. So the fund that the insurance company receive in the form of insurance premium are generally invested in the interest-bearing account or interest-bearing securities. Interest has been forbidden in the Sharia in no uncertain terms and is an extremely grave sin. So the investment and operation in conventional insurance are all based on debt and equity that have been interest based. So the second one is warar. Warar is uncertainty in a contract in which one party is in benefit and lost in a bid by other party. So the second element that is a cause of conventional insurance be impermissible from the Sharia point of view is the aspect of gharar or uncertainty. So gharar or uncertainty in commercial transaction has been prohibited by the Sharia, and thus commercial transaction in which an essential element of the transaction remain uncertain and could thus be the cause of dispute in the future. So they are rendered impermissible transaction by the Sharia. Hence, if the selling price, the items being sold, or the payment or delivery dates are ambiguous, the transaction will have an element of the gharar and thus be impermissible. So the last one is maisir. So basically, maisir is obtaining or acquiring something without any effort. So the third major aspect that render conventional insurance impermissible is the aspect of maisir and gambling. Insurance is definitely not a form of gambling. However, the structures of conventional insurance policies make them keen to gambling. So this is because the insured may never have any claims and therefore never receive any consideration for payment made. This is akin to gambling, wherein any of two parties involved may win a sum of money from the others, but one of them is destined for total loss depending on the happening of an uncertain future event. Although insurance does not entail winning of sum of money, it certainly entails indemnifying a loss which is uncertain. Thus, it has a very strong semblance to gambling. The insurer may have only paid a single premium and has now become worthy of a huge amount to compensate him for the loss that has occurred. So on the other hand, he may pay premium everlastingly without having the opportunity to make a claim. So the next one is whether the takaful has complied with the actual Sharia. So for this, Did Takaful has complied with the Sharia? Yes, because Takaful used the concept of ta'awun, cooperation and helping and tabarruk, charitable contribution as the basic in the Takaful policy. It also Takaful is not bilateral with the commercial transaction. So the second thing is why did Takaful has complied with the Sharia? Because of the concept of tabarruk eliminates Warren and Maisir, and Takaful also make a halal investment. So the last one is the funds collected from the participant premium payment belong to the participant and not to the Takaful company. As for fund to make investment, Takaful companies do not invest in investment or business that are not Sharia compliant. So from the above, it could be understood that Takaful or Islamic insurance is not a bilateral commercial transaction. Rather, it entails a voluntary contribution by a policyholder to a certain fund that has its own legal personality. The policyholder may thereafter be given compensation from the fund that he has contributed to for certain losses that could have accrued as per the rules of the fund. Hence, due to the Takaful not being a bilateral commission transaction and it in sense being only a voluntary contribution, the concerns of uncertainty, maisir, and the interest element that arise due to the policy being a bilateral commercial transaction, contract in which there is an unequal exchange of money that entails interest, do not arise in Takaful. This is because uncertainty is only prohibited in a transaction that involves the exchange of money from both sides. A situation resembling maisir or gambling would also only arise where there is a monetary payment from both sides of the transaction, wherein the benefit or liability of one the partners in uncertain in the case of Takaful. So the policy holder voluntarily give a certain amount of money to a pool is being compensated from the pool for loss is per the rules of the pool of fund which recognized by the Sharia. And this compensation is not based on his contribution, although the rules of the fund may also state that only those who pay their voluntary contribution will remain member of the fund, and those could be compensated by the fund in the case of loss and or damage. So for the third question, how the acceptance of Muslim community against Takaful? Okay, Muslim community accept because it is Sharia compliant, of course. So demand in the Takaful market has increased because most Muslim community realize the importance of Takaful in life. So Takaful complies with Sharia, which outline the principle of compensation and share responsibility among the community, and has been approved by Muslim scholars. But in the other side, the insurance and Takaful penetration rate in Malaysia is still below 14% compared to the developed countries which reach 18% in the 100%. So we can see that from the other aspect that insurance and Takaful penetration rate in Malaysia, we can see that until now, there is no doubt that there has been an increase in the demand in Takaful industry market yet. Many still do not have Takaful coverage. Although the Takaful market has established more than 25 years, yet there are many Malaysians who do not have Takaful protection. According to a statement issued by the Group CEO Takaful Malaysia, Datuk Seri Muhammad Hassan Kamil, he explained that the market Takaful has grown rapidly in recent years. Statistics also show that about 45% of the Malaysian population has one insurance product, but what is disappointing is less of the 50% of Malaysian population has Takaful product. Hence, this information proves that the Malaysia Takaful industry is still far behind in the term of overall penetration of the insurance market and conventional stocks. So, the last one is what steps can be taken to encourage the Muslim community to take Takaful? Basically, many steps can be taken to improve, to encourage people to take Takaful. So the first thing first is Takaful companies must work to upsurge the awareness of Takaful in the others to uh, achieve its full potential. So it should be stressed that there is need to organize high-profile media enlightenment such as creating television advertisement and hire famous and well-known celebrities to ratify Takaful product. It is vital to ensure that Takaful agents are well trained and recognize the advantage of Takaful. And in addition, social media also plays an important role in enlightening the populace about the benefit of Takaful through expo, exhibition, and roadshow for the purpose of public awareness. So the second thing is Takaful company should do motivational talks on what they can offer to gradually increase and maintain consumer perception about Takaful. So the last one and the third one is Takaful companies should highlight the difference between Takaful and conventional insurance in order to have better knowledge and understanding on Takaful from the motivational program. So a good insight can be reached that helping and giving encouragement with regard to how Takaful service can grow one personal life by boosting existing participant to influence prospective consumer in the preference towards Takaful product. Takaful operator must ensure that all their concept, mechanism, materials, and marketing activity must be in accordance with Sharia principle. So the last one is Takaful companies need to promote the benefit of Takaful product aggressively together with the government initiative in infusing high Islamic values among the Muslim consumers, especially to the young generation. So I think that's all for my individual reflection. So thank you for listening.